Vice President, governors raise panels on crude oil theft, economy. Federal government floats scheme to boost cassava production. Abia uncovers Japa doctors still collecting salaries. CBN probes banks, POS operators over naira scarcity. Umahi pledges good roads in 2 years. Passengers to get 25% rebate for cancelled flights, as according to the NCAA. LASMA rescues 3 passengers in Lagos car crash. Court remands alleged WhatsApp hacker over 700,000 naira fraud. Kidnapped music band regains freedom 4 days after. Residents lament as Lagos drivers shun pedestrians at zebra crossing. Ogun demolishes 46 buildings, warns builders. And that's it on The Punch. Moving on to the Daily Trust, Nigeria Air reps summon ex-aviation minister, Sirika, NCAA. ITF trains 2,000 youths on solar installation tiling in Ogun. Supreme Court reserves judgment in Kanu-Guba dispute. Tinubu reintroduces school feeding program. Nigeria will bounce back in a couple of months, that's according to the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. Kidney traffickers will face the law, federal government. 2027 Foreign Affairs Minister eyes Bauchi governorship. Low turnout, lack of cash, mar federal government's 50% discount for travelers. Southeast Development Commission bill passes third reading at House of Reps. Will solve out-of-school children menace by 2027. Rivers crisis. PDP threatens to sanction Lamido, others over utterances. Lamido asks PDP NWC to resign over handling of Rivers crisis. And that's it on the Daily Trust. Moving on to the Vanguard, Naira scarcity. CBN accuses banks, POS operators of hoarding cash, threatens sanctions. Tinubu intimidated Fubara into signing peace pact. Briggs. U.S. exonerates 70-year-old man after 48 years in prison. Will take 15 million out of school children back to classrooms by 2027. That's according to the federal government. FCCPC records sharp growth in revenue, remits 22 billion naira in federation account. Senate confirms 11 Supreme Court justices. Edo 2024 stakeholders task Abure, Labour Party leadership on primaries guidelines. Oshomole was biggest, most destructive threat to APC. Amosun. Rivers. Fubara signed agreement committed to peace. Rivers government. And that's it on the Vanguard. Moving on to the Guardian. Reps consider semester-based fees for tertiary institutions. Passengers stranded at 50% transportation rebate scheme stalls. Again, NBS pegs unemployment rate at 4.2% amid business closure. Reps summon Sirika over Nigeria Air project. Tinubu's wife shares 25 million naira to vulnerable persons in Niger. Ogun seals 9 buildings, serves notices to 46 others for infractions. Delta, Adamawa yet to surrender lands for federal varsities. Suspected cultists abduct, assault 14-year-old girl in Rivers. And that's it on The Guardian. Moving on to The Nation, Emefiele, ex-minister, 14 others indicted in CBN probe. 11 Supreme Court justices designate may be sworn in next week. Reps invite CBN governor, finance minister over naira scarcity. Passengers overwhelm free interstate Yuletide train service. Government. Petrol production begins next week at Port Harcourt Refinery. Equity workers to get 15,000 naira wage award for 6 months. Tinubu will make Nigeria safe, says Information Minister. Your health, relationship with God, people matter, First Lady tells elders. I won't be distracted despite challenges, says Fubara. And that's it on The Nation. We've gone through The Punch, Daily Trust, The Vanguard, The Guardian, and The Nation. Time to get your reactions to these headlines. Kindly note that these headlines are only read as published according to the editorial guidelines of this media outlet. So ensure that you have the details while you call in to react. The phone lines are now open for you. You can watch live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. Don't forget to move away from your device when you call in. State your name, your location, and kindly go straight to the point. You have 60 seconds, so please be time conscious so you can give way to others to also get the chance to call in and contribute.
Yeah, good morning, Itodo.
Good morning.
This is our brother, my name is Hassan Takami Dola.
Welcome, Al Hassan. Please go ahead.
Yeah, let me take for our family next week. We pray for Nigeria. God always tell us, let us pray for our country, the war, and our leader. Nobody is a sub leader. One sub leader is direct law against God, because God said nobody should insult his leader. Pray to them so that they can see well. And I'm very, very sure this president is coming. We are going to be peaceful, and we thank God for Nigeria for to give us time and to just stay our mind.
All right.
I assure you.
All right.
It's going to happen in this country unless peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
How are you doing, man?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Fine, Prophet Michael Chinwoke.
Welcome, Michael. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Nigeria Air. We have good policies. Our policies we have the best policies all around the world, but we cannot implement them. Why is it so? We have the best policies all around the world, but they are all scam. Why? Thank you.
All right. You're asking a question right there. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Itodo.
Welcome. What's your name, sir?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
This your brother for North Central living in Kuba Federal, Malaruna.
Welcome, Alam. Go ahead, please.
Last year, and Abuja Fakolada, the Monzi, and the Tara. Mr. Itodo,
Yes.
so I will say refinery, refinery start working this week. I pray so because people are suffering since when Tinubu removes subsidy. Well, when we pay it's true because they have propaganda. The same they tell us now energy that would refinery when Mario Commission that they say it's working. Later they tell us it's 2024. So I pray that they should not tell us.
Well, we've seen some progress with the Dangote refinery receiving crude and all that. So there's been a bit of update constantly about the situation.
When Buhari commission before the end of we tell say they start working, and then later they're going to tell us another story. So we are pleased. This one they tell us for Port Harcourt is true.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hi, Dubai.
Welcome.
I'm calling you from Bari.
Go ahead.
So about the 50% slash, you read that there's confusion. Passengers stranded, right?
Yes, no cash due to the cash scarcity. That's also contributing to
I don't understand. Is it that when people want to travel, but they don't have cash to travel, or when they go to the terminal, they did not convey them? Because here in Buhari, nothing like that happened here too. The park going to Kaduna is charging 6,000 naira. And if you go there with 3,000, they'll tell you they don't know about the arrangement. So the government should look inward. Empower people have been sending messages to our platform, radio, everywhere that they have not been collecting their stipends. Their madam yesterday announced that they have been receiving. So you people, congratulations. For come back, tell us now that you are collecting. To introduce school feeding program. I have my reservation about that. Finally, for people traveling, please let me give you this tip. We like buying things on our way home. Why? Because we feel it's cheaper somehow. But I want to advise, please watch out. Because some of these men on the underworld, they disguise with other people selling. Not everywhere. You see them selling good things. You stop to buy, they will pick you.
All right.
I got information, they pick some people using that method. So I beg, go your goods, JJ, except those places you are familiar with.
All right. Thank you. Going on to Facebook, we're live right now on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. Moazo John Lasisi in Jogo Buhari says, Port Harcourt Refinery, we are hopeful, waiting patiently for it to kickstart operation. Cash scarcity, CBN should do something urgently. We can no longer continue like this. Things are not easy out here. All right. And Dr. Mrs. Unma Olebara in Owerri says, in democratic and civilized climes, the apex court is not only occupied by career judges or people who wait to be promoted to Supreme Court. In better climes, legal luminaries with uncontestable integrity and scholarship from the private sector and academia are appointed Supreme Court judges to perfect the judicial system, not this ill policy of letting some sit-tight judges who do little to nothing research or exhibit professional brilliance, but rather auction justice to lead the judiciary. Ozo Francis Nnamangunze says the federal government and all the appropriate authorities should carry out appropriate investigation to fish out those behind the scarcity of naira notes in this country. At this critical point in time, may God help us, is what Ozo Francis Nnamani ends his message with. Let's look at Facebook. Well, not Facebook, WhatsApp. Yes, you can send your message to 08099930137. Oludade Abiodun says Emefiele and other corrupt government officials should be seriously dealt with, and Hadi Sirika should be prosecuted for defrauding Nigeria. The school feeding again? Another fraud is what he ends his message with. Kidney traffickers will face the law, federal government. I will be happy if the government will implement what they say, because to traffic one's kidney is a huge offense. Stanley in Suleja. And Comrade Daniel Nkurudu says, it is very clear now to most of us that not only Emefiele, but ex-ministers are part of the game plan. The best is yet to come. If you know, then you will understand. Ishak IBN Ahmed from Bari says, Emefiele operated multinational bank accounts. May Allah forgive me for supporting Buhari in the first place. The much acclaimed anti-graft war champion under whose watch Nigeria was bankrupt by his appointees because leadership was not shown amidst the public outcry. What a leadership is what Ishak is saying this morning. Let's get back to the phone lines. 0700 951 0000 08095974869. Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Dickie Itodo.
Welcome.
Hello, good morning. I greet the Agaba Ido one and only.
Welcome. Good morning.
My name is Salasi. I greet Momisi. I greet Malan Haruna. I greet Abubakar from Gwagwalaga and Batipai. I want to talk about, most especially, I'm listening to you online. I'm not in Abuja.
Okay.
I want to talk about, most especially, the case of investigation of the Nigerian air. Honestly, something needs to be done about that. Dickie Itodo,
yes.
Do you remember? Before they launch that Nigerian air, they have to launch Nigerian air logo. They celebrate the logo before Nigerian air. As soon as they brought in Nigerian air, we celebrated Nigerian air, not knowing that it was Ethiopian airline that was shuttling between Mogadishu and Ethiopia. In no less than 48 hours, that aircraft disappeared. And we couldn't hear anything, and people are enjoying, people are moving freely. I want to commend most especially the refinery. They say it's going to start work fully as from next week, most especially this December. I want to say kudos to them. We want to see our refinery working. I always say, is there any country in the world that have crude and doesn't refine? It's only Nigeria. But I want to commend this government. In this aspect, for our refinery to start working, we are expecting Kaduna refinery to start work and Owori refinery to start working. Maybe there will be a little bit soko for these high fuel prices. Maybe a little bit amount, the price will reduce a little bit. Thank you for giving me the privilege.
Thank you. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning, my friend Itodo.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is Zeben on the line.
Go ahead, Zebe.
Thank you. I heard that the transport class of 50%, fall and passengers stranded. Yes, I know that it's going to happen in that way because the government at times have some good policies, but there are people that we call them with that case that make sure that no government policy works.
Okay, your connection has gone south. I can barely make out the rest of what you are saying. Sorry about that. Good morning. All right, if you can't do it, to call back. Let's see what's happening on YouTube. Marshall Jacob, good morning. Cash scarcity is not palatable, is what Marshall is saying. I will say the system for cashless policy in Nigeria is still not functioning. Jibola Isaac, happy to be here. The Port Harcourt refinery will start working next week by his special grace. Compliments of the season. Well, next week is not far off, so we'll have to wait and see if that happens indeed. I mean, the deadline that was given was December 2023, right? And the month is going to a close already, so yeah, let's hope that next week is indeed next week. Fingers crossed. And Marshall goes on to say that the Nigerian air saga should be investigated. All right, thank you for joining on YouTube. Good morning. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. Zeben, you got cut off. I could not hear you for a bit, but go ahead and finish your thoughts in 30 seconds.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, government shouldn't have, even in the first place, put in such a pressure. Because in as much as good feeding programs fail and other social programs have failed, you should have, if you want to tackle a problem, go to the root cause of this problem, not try to solve it on the surface. Go down, work on our economy so that everybody can be a beneficiary.
All right.
Not do something that cannot work. Thank you.
Thank you, Zubed. Good morning.
Compliment of the season.
Wish you all the best. What's your name, sir?
Thank you. My name is Musa.
Welcome, Musa. Go ahead.
We told this chief, they used to call you. In fact, you need to watch it, though. Because some of us never knew when you were turban. So,
that will be taken under advisement.
Some of us. Well done.
Welcome.
How is Auntie Kim?
She's doing very well, thank you.
Okay, my regard to her.
Definitely.
I think sometimes when you're a little bit, if you have the time, always update those of us who listen. Particularly, for example, the Port Harcourt refinery that is about to start working at a particular percentage. Because you see that refinery, it is in different, up to 3 units of refineries there. It's just one for now, the mechanical. Because when we come, we try to politicize some of these things. We commend this government. But if we go back to the business of these repairs of refinery, these contracts were awarded in 2021. Some of these parts, you don't just go to the chef and pick. So the past government did their diligence by getting this thing on ground. And I can tell you something that is not even told in procurement, that they have to be paying a percentage. The previous government paid the contractors in full. They paid them in full because of their commitment to this project.
All right.
So, and the work is going on. Then you can see people now want to bring politics. Thank you, this government is a continuous government, and this thing, there was a plan, there was a program to this, and that's what they will, Shioda, all those companies that constructed this refinery.
All right, we need to go on a break right now, so I have to let you go. All right, thank you very much for that. Let's go on this break.
Guy, if I tell you all this.
This is Nigeria Info.